excited to see grandpas?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
See, I wasn't gonna say nothing because I know how y'all military adjacent girls like to tussle. But in the words of a light-skinned woman, y'all gonna have to be real mad at me because it must be said. These ads that the military is running, it's strange. It's not even just strange, it's wrong. And you can try and argue that it's just like marketing, but I think there's something extremely sinister about the US military, probably one of the most overfunded parts of our government, that is known for a history of violent, totalitarian, oppressive, and imperialist movement since its inception, is now like using the exact same video like tactics for advertising as video games. Like, it is an intentional, like, there's this intentional campaign to try and diminish, like, the levity and the weight that is joining the US military. And that is literally directed at children. Like, because people who are grown can look at that and be like, whatever that means. But for children that are interacting, like, with the world through online space and see ads like this, like, that is very appealing. So it's extreme. I don't care what anyone has to say. It's extremely sinister. It is extremely sinister and like morally wrong. Period.
You know, it's absolutely disgusting that you would make this kind of comment on a post in support of one of my former students who was abused by 2 teachers in my district. The only way that you can make this right is to apologize and donate to this GoFundMe in order to help my student with legal costs, therapy, and trying to get back to normalcy after her trust has been so horribly broken. It's not teachers like me, it's teachers like them. They make a bad name for the teachers like me and the majority of us who are in it to help children. So go back under your bridge, troll, and I'll be waiting for a donation to the GoFundMe for my student.
Oh, Steven, there's one thing I forgot to mention. The US Navy leaked fuel into Oahu's public drinking waters, has been denying it, and is downplaying community members' health issues. We need to shut down the Red Hill fuel tanks. The Hawaiian nation is also still illegally occupied, and tourism in Hawaii is largely extractive. Remember, land back. Bye.
Y'all need to start putting your age in your bio. I cannot be arguing about neocolonialism with a 13-year-old. You just don't get it, babes. It's okay.
How much does the earth cost? I'm gonna buy the entire earth and be king.
Okay, because thin people will literally base their entire disorder around fat people and like humiliating fat people and saying how ugly they are, and then they have the nerve to say, I'm not responsible for your insecurities. Yes, you are!
the creator of the filter that I did earlier, the pan one, made some more. So now we've got a non-beanie one. And sorry, excited. Okay, here we go. Oh, that makes me happy. I only got a 6 on the other one, so a 10 for the non-beanie is the best. E.
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours. Like it's born in my veins, my culture banging with.
Welcome back to my series where I debunk anti-communist myths. A lot of debate bros will throw out the argument that capitalism fosters innovation because innovative captains of industry will always invest money into critical new research in the search of profits, which creates technology that benefits the public. It's a nice sentiment, and there's actually an empirical basis to this argument. But when people say capitalism fosters innovation, it's not really the capitalists doing the innovating. Like, Elon Musk isn't developing new Teslas for people to drive in, it's his engineers, the scientists, the workers who are doing the actual innovating. Those people aren't motivated by profit, all they want is good pay, good resources, and stable employment. All things socialism can provide. This is why the profit motive can be both a motivator and an impediment to innovation, depending on where it determines capital should go. Take the classic example of the iPhone, Steve Jobs' brainchild. People love to use this as an example of innovation under capitalism, but it can also serve as a counterexample. Apple recently had to pay $500 million in settlement fees last year for intentionally slowing down older models of iPhones so people would buy new ones. This practice is so common it has its own name, planned obsolescence, where manufacturers design a product with an artificially limited useful life so that it becomes obsolete and consumers have to buy a new product. Additionally, companies will often opt to make minimal changes to an existing product rather than invest millions into a research product that might not be profitable in the long run. For example, on average, the top 100 drug companies spent just nearly 3 times as much on marketing and sales of current drugs as they devoted to research and development of new drugs. It's also not as if socialism would impede innovation too. In fact, many of the technologies that went into the creation of the iPhone, touchscreen displays, GPS, their internet, and even Siri were the product of government funding. Apple even received funding from the federal government's Small Business Investment Company, which was created to provide stable, long-term support for new businesses. And of course, the credit for the invention of the mobile phone itself belongs to the Soviet Union, who invented the first mobile phone in 1957. None of these are examples of pure, perfect theoretical socialism, but the research shows that long-term collective funding provides results. And yes, I know about the inefficiencies of the Soviet Union and the government, but I'm just using these as examples to show that socialism can foster innovation.
Interesting reaction.
So hi y'all, hi, we're gonna talk about this really fast, just a little blurb about it. I don't know where everybody's getting this idea that I'm forced to wear this. Like, my family isn't Muslim. I'm the only person in my friend group that I know of that's interested in wearing the niqab and jilbab. Y'all chill out, please. Don't force your oppression on me. I don't want that. Also, nobody will ever tell me what to wear. Nobody's ever gonna force me to wear anything because I don't deal with that behavior, ever. I wear this as a rejection of Western societal norms, saying that I need to be uncovered to be beautiful and valued, because I don't. I can be covered and still be beautiful and valued, and I wear it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I wear it for myself, nobody else. Also, I'm not held accountable for other people's actions on the day of judgment or in this life. I don't control anybody except for myself. No matter what, men are going to fetishize everything and be tempted by everything, so why not just be me and feel comfortable? Anyway, see ya.
And yelling cut when it's shooting time.
Am I a boy? Am I a girl? Nobody knows. But my main purpose in life is to sexually confuse everyone who sees me. I know.
So this video is for my male allies. Pardon my voice, I'm still a little scratchy from intubation. There's a video that a gentleman made about telling women that we should grab a random man's arm if we're being harassed or followed on the 24th. and a lot of men are sharing this video. And it's a really nice thought, but it's a little misplaced. You see, we have all experienced harassment and sometimes violence in public while good men stood around and watched. And if you've seen a few of my videos, you've heard some of my examples. Good men have taught us that at the very least they're going to be complicit, and in some cases they're going to join in. So no, we're not going to come grab you. If you see us being harassed, we need you to step up. We need you to be aware as we are.
Dusty controlling. Picture me. My wrist is frozen.
What is up, all my Second Amendment brothers and sisters? Another beautiful day out here, not being treaded on. I am loving all the support we're sending to our short king, Kyle Rittenhouse, on trial for exercising his right to bear arms, messed up. I was just wondering when we were going to do all this for this man, Philando Castile, who was shot and killed by police officers while he was reaching for his license and registration because he was in the possession of a firearm that he was licensed to have. I know the cases are like a little bit different because Kyle Rittenhouse illegally had a gun and crossed state lines, and Philando Castile legally had a gun and was in his own car. But I was just wondering, like, at what point we were going to start advocating for this guy's rights as a gun owner, because that's like our whole thing.